Michael, the last time that these two teams met, the Thunder and the Lakers, it was a historic night for the Lakers, but a really good night for the Thunder. They came away with the victory. What stood out to you about that performance by OKC? Schroeder's finger roll rattles out, and the Thunder's off and running. Giddey to Dort, finishes down low. Dort started his career with the Thunder, picking up Schroeder full court in practice. Just face guarded him there and got the contest on that missed three. J-Dub with the response on the other end.
And the Thunder kind of flipped the script real quickly, not allowing them to enjoy too much house money.
The Thunder started out big with Robinson Earl and Jalen Williams on the floor at the same time. Have gone a little bit smaller here. Has that opened up some cracks in the paint?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the Lakers are just kind of like slow getting out there to these guys because all of them are shooters. And now you're enjoying your largest lead of the night. The Lakers are scrambling offensively.
The Thunder has built a roster full of triple threat players. Everybody can be a play starter and a play finisher. The Thunder's been zipping the ball around all night tonight against the Lakers. J-Dub, a straight line drive, finds Dario Saric for a catch and shoot three in the corner. That's the most efficient shot in basketball. Nick Gallo here alongside Paris Lawson at halftime. And Paris, one of the things that we saw in that first half was excellent ball movement. This Thunder team just clearly understands its identity. 16 assists on 22 made baskets. Josh Giddey in game 111 in his career. For context, this veteran Lakers squad only has two guys who have played in fewer games than Giddey in their careers, and he's had a nice bounce-back performance here tonight. 12 points on 5 of 7 shooting in this first half. He's added 5 assists and 4 boards as well. He continues to be a guy that can fill up the stat sheet, and when he plays with this type of aggression, down low, that physicality, he is certainly very effective. Let's take a look at tonight's bucket chart, brought to you by your hometown KFC. You see him doing most of his damage down low at the rim, a couple of those push shots around the paint, and then that catch and shoot three on the left wing as well. Josh Giddey continuing to round his game out. He is a guy that is going to be a player that is a factor on this roster for years to come. And he's a guy that can help find hot shooters like Isaiah Joe. He's got 8 points, 2 made threes already in this one. Thunder basketball in second half action coming up soon. Giddey with the floater. Josh Giddey up to 14 points now, and the Thunder continuing to keep these possessions alive.
Yeah, I'm loving how he's playing. He had 12 points in that first half along with Lou Dort. That's a tough finish over Mo Bamba. That's what you call a teardrop. That's not a floater. He laid it up so high he made the big man cry. That's an old, that's run back in the 90s and early 2000s. We used to say that about the guy that could get it over such a big guy.
Anybody in particular that made you weep more than anybody else during your career?
Isaiah Thomas. I mean, check this out, folks. We talked about the push shot. Look at this. This is a teardrop. We haven't seen that.
Michael, I like how quickly you brush past that Isaiah Thomas. You didn't want to talk about that. You're still in pain, aren't you?
I know. I am, man. I won't let it go. Got a great feel for the game.
Giddey to J. Will on the roll. Hammers that one-handed slam. Let's take a look at tonight's OG&E power play of the game. And it was J. Will, Jalen Williams looking more like Jalen Hurts on that outlet pass to Aaron Wiggins up the floor. What's your phrase about money and wanting it now?
No, that's my money, and I want it now.
That was Lindy on that play.
Yeah, absolutely,
This is a guy that has scrapped and clawed for everything he's gotten. He was out of basketball for a little bit, coming out of college at Oklahoma State. Was then playing professionally for the Enid Outlaws before he was effectively just a tryout player for the OKC Blues. So impressive inside the Blues system last season that the Thunder gave him a two-way deal. So where do you start here with this 13-point deficit? How do you take the first bite of the apple?
You got to get stops, and it's at that point now you just got to break. The Lakers are in a nice little rhythm offensively right now, and you have to get back to busting that up. And you've been able to turn them over to the tune of 13 turnovers. Not a whole lot of turnovers in the game, period, between these two teams. Lakers with 13, and the Lakers with 11, but they've given up 16 points.
The Thunder has had fewer turnovers than its opponent in 11 straight games, all 11 in the month of February. J. Will on that roll. We've seen him and Giddey connect all night. What is it about that side pick and roll that we're seeing here at the angle that's allowed those two guys to connect?
Well, you're forcing the defense to make a decision. You know what? Huey Brown once said, you set picks to make the defense think. And when you run a high pick and roll like that, it's one of the most complicated plays, honestly, in basketball. Weak side help has to come over. If they don't get there in time, he's going to foul that guy as he did with Jay Will.
Steal down low. Active hands by the Thunder. Dort goes baseline. How about a three-point play the old-fashioned way?
Weren't biting.
Giddey so patient, waited for his moment and struck with the finger roll. And we are officially in clutch time. It's a 4-point ball game with 3:20 to go. And so we'll have a second one here with the chance to push this lead back out to 8 points with 2 minutes to go. Daigneault sending Dort and Joe down the floor to do some preemptive spacing. Basically acts like a fast break, and a fast break three by Joe. He hits it in the corner and gets knocked down with no call. With Fox out, do you anticipate he'll try to be more of a fulcrum of this offense tonight, Michael?
Well, he's probably one of the better passers, honestly, on the team. He's had a couple of triple-doubles. The first game in Sacramento, he had a triple-double. So he's one of those guys who's expecting a double team. And he can really get that pass out quickly. And without Fox on the floor tonight, I expect him to pretty much be that guy who's going to be the floor general. That's coming from that 5 spot, which is no strange thing to NBA player modern-day basketball.
We're seeing so many guys operate at the top of the key as a big man. Sabonis, one of the many, and there he gets it. And just as you said, he's off to the races.
The control.
Saric with a pump fake, slide through and finish plus the foul. Dario Saric. That was beautiful. The Thunder often talks about a process of discovery with players, and usually that's with anybody that comes in. Isaiah Joe's a perfect example. Rookies, even with a veteran like Dario Saric, he's a year removed from an ACL. You look across at all the hustle stats from charges taken, offensive fouls drawn. The Thunder is right up there at the top of the heap, including loose balls recovered. They're second in the NBA in loose balls recovered per game. So night after night, they are first to the floor. And look what it ends up in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Josh Giddey was not the inbounds passer on that one, and he finds Wiggins, though. So a unique wrinkle there by the Thunder to get Giddey actually off the ball to start that sideline out of bounds play.
Yeah,
Paris was making that great point about the turnovers that the Thunder can force, and again, that was one just from the Thunder being in its shell defensively. Beautiful Nash dribble, kick out for Dort for 3. 11 points for Lou Dort, and this lead is now just 6 for Sacramento. Robinson Earl in the corner. And these threes just barely rimming out for the Thunder right now. Kendrick Williams sticks with the play, and he's going to finish, plus the foul. Man, that was a bulldozer move. Saric, jab step, 3, out top. Rack him up. 93-92. OKC's back in this one. He went supernova in that overtime, Michael. Let's take a look at all of their numbers combined here. You see 12 made threes combined between Lou Dort and Trey Mann. Lou's got those rainbow arcers, and Trey, he's got a quick trigger, doesn't he? Well, Dort kept his defender at bay and then leans in the lane. Little one-handed push shot. That snake dribble can be so effective, Michael.
Well, that's something new,
All right, this is, Thunder fans, this is the time. You got to pay attention. There's this little lull in the action. Josh Giddey, his eyes are constantly working. Watch out for those inbounds passes.
Oh, look at that, man. Right away on a set piece.
Those inside-out threes, that's just like target practice, Mike. That's like how I fed you the ball at the church league that time I came by. You know?
That's right. Just keep feeding me the ball. I'll drop the 3.
This is really a continuation of what we've seen over the last couple months, Michael, is the Thunder has honed that offensive style that it's been looking for. Ball movement, quick decisions, and this team continues to grow in that regard.
Well, and you're loving it too.
Just how quickly things can change in this league with the 3-ball, that lefty pass to Kendrick, a couple threes in the corner as OKC's on an 8-0 run. Portland calls timeout. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Some sad news for the NBA family on Wednesday. Legendary NBA head coach Bill Fitch passed away. Longtime NBA coach, won a title with Boston. And Michael, I know you never played for him, but you played against him a number of times. Just your thoughts on his passing and what he meant to the NBA over the course of his time.
Well,
Nurkic on the block, out to Snell for 3. You saw Maladone come baseline. The Thunder's done a really nice job of trying to trap from the baseline on post guys here recently.
Yeah, and it's your turn.
What's your phrase, Mike? Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug.
Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah, sometimes you're the bug.
I'm not trying to steal it from you. No. I want the people to to know who has the credit on that.
It's nice to know you're listening.
Couple uncharacteristic misses from Dort at the line here tonight. He's been an 86% free throw shooter
this year. That actually leads the Thunder. And we've talked to Mark Dagnall just about how important that is to have a two-way player like him, a guy with so much physicality late in games, to be able to break free, catch the ball, and then knock down the free throws too.
Well, he's done a great job too.
Kicks it back out top. Shot clock winding down. Kendricks will have to do something with it. He rises up and hits the jumper. Mid-range jump shot with 1 on the shot clock. Michael, he said that he looked up to Paul Pierce growing up, that mid-range game. Well, there's Kenny Hustle getting to that left elbow.
Well, just look at his
The Thunder has a trusty inbound passer, and he'll be at work here now with 3.5 seconds to go. Thunder up by 2, 95-93. Portland has no timeouts left, so the Thunder's got to get the ball in, secure it, get fouled, and there's Lou Dort on the wing. Tony Snell hoists it in from 94 feet. Simons for 3, just rims out, and the Thunder will escape with a win. 3 straight victories for the Thunder, and they come to the Moda Center here in Portland with a big-time win. Starting this road trip off with a W in Dallas, then another one here in Portland. Kind of a wrinkle on that old Bryce Drew, Valparaiso play from the NCAA tournament long, long ago.
Yeah, how about Kokoszewski celebrating his 21st birthday yesterday?
Mark Dagnall said the singing was not great by the rookie class. Shea isolated on the baseline, pump fake, step through, finger rolling in. Shea attacks left, stops, kicks out, Muscala, pump fake, steps left, drains the 3 right before the buzzer, 0.6 on the clock. OKC takes a quick 5-point lead right before the end of the quarter. And Johnson won't get a shot off, so a nice stretch here to end that first quarter. The free throws from Shea, a sidestep 3 from Muscala. We see him practice this every day at the Thunder Ion, and he drains that from the left wing. Good high-scoring first quarter here inside Paycom Center. Second quarter action coming up. Saw a great block by Shea earlier, a steal here now. He is 7th in the NBA in blocks and steals combined, 2.7 per game. It's another example of all of the ways in which he impacts his team. Obviously putting together an all-star caliber year. And how about scrap 2 from the guard spot? Isaiah Joe out in the open floor after the steal, and he puts in the lefty layup. Another big-time bucket. The Thunder has outscored San Antonio 25-11 here to start this fourth quarter. A 9-2 burst. Jalen Williams in on the action, as Paris talked about Mike Muscala with a season-high 19 points. OKC rolling, gonna try to finish this out. Here's a loose ball, and J-Dub, first one to the floor. He's gonna keep that alive, and Trey Mann finishes it off. Big smiles for J-Dub as he rushes up floor. Muscala walking off the floor. Season high 19 points, only took him 8 shots to do it from the field, 5 of 8, 3 made three-pointers, and 6 free throws. Once again, our final score, 130-114 for Michael Cage, Paris Lawson, our director Eric Date, our producer Steve Melton, and our entire production crew. I'm Nick Gallo.